after all she's done for this league, you disrespect Caitlin Clark in that manner? You use Paige Bueckers to diss Caitlin Clark publicly? That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. This whole thing, this whole league is lit right now because of CC22. That's it. Let's be clear here. That doesn't mean there's not good players. We talking about the reason why it got lit. It's because of 22. It's because of 22.
Picture this.
Last season, Caitlin Clark found out she was named Rookie of the Year through a simple speakerphone call, surrounded by her supportive teammates. No grand stage, no spotlight, just a quick announcement. Now fast forward just 1 year. Paige Bueckers walks confidently through a spirit tunnel, cameras rolling, lights blazing, music blasting, as the commissioner personally hands her that exact same shiny trophy. We're talking 2 athletes, the same honor, but the league rolled out 2 completely different treatments. So why does this obvious double standard exist? That's the real question we're digging into today. Do you honestly think the WNBA disrespected Caitlin Clark here? Drop your unfiltered thoughts in the comments section below.
The story is the difference in how the WNBA has decided to deliver this news and present this versus the fact that I don't remember them doing much of anything for Caitlin Clark, who had a better rookie year.
This whole story perfectly highlights the massive difference in how the WNBA decided to deliver this news. I mean, I don't recall them doing anything remotely meaningful for Caitlin Clark, who clearly had the stronger, more impressive rookie year. The contrast between these 2 Rookie of the Year announcements almost feels like you're watching 2 entirely different leagues operating under separate rules. Clark, the rookie who completely transformed the entire business and popularity of the WNBA, found out in the most forgettable way imaginable. She was huddled tightly with her Fever teammates during practice, when her coach, Christy Side, simply placed the commissioner on speakerphone. And that was it. No stage, no cameras, no spotlight, no celebration, no real fanfare. Just a plain phone call announcement delivered in the most forgettable, disappointing manner possible.
Just have somebody that wants to say a couple things really quick.
So, hi, Coach Sides. This is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Do we have the team all together?
Hello. Hey, yes, ma'am.
What a record-breaking season for you and the entire team, full of outstanding performances.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Caitlin. You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
You just have somebody here that really wants to quickly say a couple important things. So, hi, Coach Sides. This is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert speaking. Do we have the full team all gathered together right now? Hello, yes ma'am. What an absolutely incredible record-breaking season for you and the entire talented Fever team. It's been full of inspiring moments, brilliant plays, outstanding performances, and unforgettable highlights from start to finish. Congratulations, Caitlin. You are officially the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year. Hey, she's the one at UConn. She's the one at UConn. Knocking down shots, shooting buckets, she's always the one. And I'm probably the very last person you ever expected to see here tonight on this amazing, unforgettable spirit tunnel. But I'm here standing proudly to personally present you with the 2025 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year award. Congratulations, Paige. You've truly earned every single moment of this incredible honor.
Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Hey, shooting buckets, she's the one. Hey, Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Shooting buckets, she's the one. Ooh, Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Hey, shooting buckets, she's the one. Paige Bueckers at their HUD. Shooting buckets, she's the one.
And I'm the last person you thought you'd see on this cool spirit tunnel, but I'm here to present you with the 2025 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year award. Wow. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Now, think about the situation Caitlin Clark was really in. The very season she was supposed to be honored as the league's top rookie, she had already carried the entire WNBA on her back. Fair home games were sold out consistently, to the point they averaged well over 17,000 passionate fans, while broadcast numbers skyrocketed upward by more than 20% nationwide. Those weren't just theoretical numbers, folks. They were undeniable money in the bank for the league, an exposure they had never come remotely close to achieving before. Yet, the way her Rookie of the Year news was communicated didn't reflect any of that overwhelming cultural weight. A low production phone call, without energy, celebration, or recognition, didn't even begin to match the massive growth, popularity, and excitement her presence had undeniably created.
Make no mistake about it, millions of views, viewership, ratings through the roof. Everybody's on PJs now because of her. The sellout show, sellout games, every arena, home and away. And
did they disrespect her like this? This is crazy. What makes it even worse is how fans reacted afterward. When the video of Caitlin Clark finding out first dropped, people were genuinely shocked at how flat, emotionless, and bland it felt. Social media instantly flooded with thousands of comments pointing out that the player driving record-breaking ratings and unprecedented attention couldn't even get a single camera crew for her defining moment. Fast forward to Paige Bueckers, and fans are suddenly seeing balloons, singers, flashing lights, and a commissioner laughing, smiling, and celebrating with her directly on stage. It looked like the league desperately wanted everyone to recognize it as a full-blown spectacle, a made-for-TV event, instead of questioning the format. Paige's fans ate up the polished, glitzy reveal, and that direct side-by-side comparison instantly made Caitlin Clark's historic moment feel like a complete afterthought, diminished and unfairly overlooked.
We are here on set with the Jennifer Hudson Show to surprise Paige Bueckers of the Dallas Wings with the 2025 Kia Rookie of the Year Awards. We're all going to be all smiles and cheering, and I can't wait to see her dance.
Oh, you'll be in here?
And you saw the way that went down.
Even Kathy Engelbert's role in all of this tells the story. For Caitlin Clark, the commissioner didn't even bother to show her face. For Paige Bueckers, she couldn't have been more visible, smiling ear to ear, center stage, while passing the trophy like she was presenting the MVP at the WNBA final. The difference wasn't subtle, folks. It was absolutely glaring and impossible to ignore. Fans aren't dumb either. When you hype one star's award like a Hollywood-style premiere and treat the other like a casual after-school announcement, you're signaling exactly which narrative you'd much rather promote. This is bigger than two ceremonies. It's about what the league openly chooses to celebrate and what it's willing to quietly brush aside, and fans always pick up on that faster than any carefully written press release. Now it leaves one very real, uncomfortable question hanging over the entire situation. Why did the WNBA design two completely opposite Rookie of the Year celebrations for consecutive back-to-back generational superstars?
I just want to know, Caitlin Clark comes into your league and saves a drowning league. I know damn good and well I can't remember any behind the scenes talk show appearance. I don't seem to remember that from last year. Didn't you get like a phone? Caitlin Clark got like a phone call or something? Oh, my bad. Paige Bueckers, she be checking some of them boxes, you know. She checking them right off.
So, was Paige's flashy Rookie of the Year celebration really about her on-court play, or was it about the league's politics? That's the uncomfortable question fans keep asking, because when you line up the details, it feels less like recognition of performance and more like a carefully crafted push for a specific narrative. The phrase people keep throwing around is the UConn mafia. For years, former Huskies have carried serious influence in media coverage, league offices, and endorsement deals. Paige steps out of that machine and suddenly she's met with TV cameras, a polished stage rollout, and Nike pumping out custom shirts to mark the award. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the rookie who delivered actual sellouts, skyrocketing ratings, and record-breaking viewership growth, got no shirts, no TV package, not even a commissioner handshake. The contrast is impossible to ignore, and fans are left asking, what's really being rewarded here? Performance or politics?
Why isn't Paige, probably what people think is, why isn't she as popular as Caitlin? But do you think Paige should be more popular? What do you think? And Paige deserves more, and Angel Reese deserves more, and Asia, and Fee, and. Yeah. I think specific to Paige, you might argue her popularity and the people that are fans of her has been underrated, which shocks me.
Even Sue Bird, who had supported Caitlin Clark throughout the season, ended up adding fuel to the fire. She suggested Paige deserved the kind of spotlight Caitlin had supposedly enjoyed, but the irony couldn't be more obvious. Clark never got the stage, commissioner-presented moment that Paige just basked in. When those comments hit, Clark's fanbase read them as an attempt to downplay everything Caitlin accomplished and shift the spotlight back onto UConn's next big star. And when you stack Bird's remarks on top of Kathy Engelbert personally flying out to hand Paige the award on national television, the entire rollout starts to look less organic and more coordinated.
Kathy Engelbert, so you did all of this for the Rookie of the Year this year, but you don't bother to show your face last year to give the Rookie of the Year to Caitlin. You don't even bother to call her, but you called her coach. What kind of hateful organization are you managing? The disrespect is ridiculous. Yeah, Kathy Engelbert is the worst sports commissioner. I think we can point that out. Never did this for Clark, who saved the W anyway.
Critics like Christine Brennan and Eton Thomas have been pointing out this pattern for years. They argue the league consistently favors UConn players in its storytelling, and at times it feels less like coverage of actual achievement and more like manufactured clout distribution. Nike's heavy involvement in Paige's announcement, rolling out custom shirts and branding, while doing absolutely nothing similar for the rookie who single-handedly shifted the league's entire economy, is just another reminder of how deep those connections run.
No one has come to Paige and let her know, you're good, Paige, but other players have been playing basketball for a lot longer than you. No one has come up to her in interviews and said, Paige, you're a great basketball player, but don't you know there are other women who have been in the WNBA a lot longer than you? I mean, you didn't invent basketball, Paige. There have been other players who came before you. None of that none of that shop talk was thrown at Paige at all. No one has accused Paige Bueckers of being racist. No one has asked Paige Bueckers' girlfriend, who's biracial, who's got a white mama, to please come up and stand up and say something. The way the media, the way the WNBA has treated Paige versus how they treated Caitlin Clark, it's like night and day. And really, truly, it's astounding to me if no one sees that difference.
For Caitlin Clark supporters, the message couldn't be clearer. The league doesn't always spotlight the organic star who built her momentum from scratch. It often chooses to elevate the player who fits neatly into an already established media and business network. That's why the hype around Paige feels less earned and more manufactured, making it even harder for fans to accept when her actual on-court results don't match the spectacle built around her.
Paige Bueckers winning Rookie of the Year, but no, it was not unanimous, and yes, more people voted for the runner-up than last year.
Paige Bueckers just made history as Rookie of the Year, but not in a way anyone would want on their resume. She became the first player in WNBA or NBA history to claim the award while playing for a team with fewer than 10 wins. The Dallas Wings stumbled to a 10-34 finish, tied for the league's worst record, and yet were expected to treat her Rookie of the Year honor like an untouchable accomplishment. Instead, it feels more like one of the strangest, most questionable ROI selections the league has ever seen. Seriously?
Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, made the WNBA playoffs last year, correct? Am I going crazy? Now, look, that would have had to have been a result of Caitlin Clark joining the team, because I'm almost certain Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were on the team prior to that. So they made the playoffs last year. Paige Bueckers won exactly how many games this year? Did she win 10 games? I think she won 10 games.
Think about the contrast here. Just 1 year earlier, Caitlin Clark pulled Indiana out of the basement, finishing with 20 wins and securing a playoff berth for the first time in nearly a decade. She led the turnaround of what had been the league's worst team, and she wasn't doing it alone. She elevated everyone around her. Aaliyah Boston emerged as a defensive force in her second season. Lexi Hull carved out a role as a reliable three-point shooter, and Kelsey Mitchell thrived alongside a guard who demanded constant double teams. That's That's the mark of a true star, one who transforms an entire franchise. Now look at Paige. Her stat line wasn't empty. 19 points, 5 assists, nearly 4 rebounds on strong efficiency. Those are real, respectable numbers. But what do they actually mean when there's nothing attached to them? No playoff chase, no spike in national visibility for the team, no evidence of growth across the roster. The Dallas Wings ended the season exactly where they began, irrelevant in the standings and struggling to capture consistent attention from fans or media.
Is Paige a good basketball player? Absolutely. But we saw the drastic dip in her numbers when she was actually guarded by the opposing teams of the WNBA. We saw the type of basketball she was not able to deliver when she was actually being guarded. Again, I don't have any animosity towards Paige Bueckers. My issue is with the WNBA in its entirety. My issue is with their plan to erase Caitlin Clark, to act like Caitlin Clark doesn't mean anything to the WNBA. And all of a sudden, Paige Bueckers, because of who Paige Bueckers is in a relationship with, she is now allowed and encouraged and supported to be the savior of the WNBA.
Meanwhile, Sonia Citron, the runner-up in this year's Rookie of the Year race, played every single game for Washington, averaged nearly 15 points a night, and led the entire league in three-point percentage at an elite 44.5. She was the definition of consistency, giving the Mystics real floor spacing on offense and reliable defensive effort on the other end. And yet, when the votes came in, Citron received just 2 out of 72. That result erases the grind she put in and makes it feel like there was never any real competition. When the league hands 70 of 72 votes to Paige Bueckers despite a 10-win season, it doesn't feel organic. It feels scripted. Ignore Indiana's dramatic rise, brush past Citron's relentless production, and make sure the UConn star gets her headline. That's exactly why Clark supporters now point to Indiana's trajectory as the real story to watch heading into 2025, because results on the court tell one story while the league spotlight seems determined to tell another.
Kathy Engelbert, you are out of pocket. How dare you? How dare you disrespect Caitlin like that? Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, the needle, not the needle mover, the actual needle.
While the WNBA is busy playing politics with award shows and stage-managed celebrations, Caitlin Clark is quietly building something real in Indiana. What's happening with the Fever isn't scripted, it's organic development and a foundation fans can literally watch growing in front of their eyes. Aaliyah Boston has evolved into a defensive anchor who controls the paint and makes opposing bigs uncomfortable every single night. Lexi Hull has carved out her spot as a reliable shooter and defender, spacing the floor and punishing defenders that swarm Clark. Kelsey Mitchell, once Indiana's lone bright spot, finally has a backcourt partner who takes away defensive pressure and allows her to play free. Around them, veterans like Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham bring balance, experience, and stability to a young roster. Meanwhile, emerging players like Chloe Bibby are steadily carving out their place as dependable role fillers. That's not a marketing campaign, that's a foundation.
You got on a plane to go present her this award. How come you couldn't get on the plane to go present Caitlin Clark her award? Let's talk about it. Kathy Engelbert, you have tried to take credit for the growth of the league when we all know the reason this league took off the way it has taken off like a rocket ship is because of Caitlin Clark, but it looks like y'all have fumbled that.
Now contrast that
with Dallas. Paige put up numbers, sure, but she could never pull her team out of irrelevance. 10 wins across a full season told the story. Scoring means nothing when the roster doesn't click and the fans don't care. Clark's impact is different. It's bigger than basketball. The Fever packed arenas with 16,000 plus fans, turned every night into a national broadcast, and sold merch like wildfire. Other franchises dream of that model. The league made its choice for the face of the story, even if the results didn't match the spotlight. But fans don't want stagecraft. They want honesty. If Clark built the wave, recognize it. If Boston, Hull, Mitchell, Howard, and Cunningham lifted Indiana, celebrate them, because 2025 won't be about scripted ceremonies. It'll be about the Fever proving again that Caitlin Clark is the league's true engine. So tell us, did the WNBA disrespect Caitlin Clark? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video.